right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome inside the Fan Cave. And for those of you listening on 93.7 The Fan, driving along, thanks for joining us this evening. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We're on 7 nights a week, so don't be a stranger. Call the Borders and Borders hotline, which is 1035 on the dot. It's 412-575-2600. You can also tweet me tonight at KD Pomp, and I'll be taking your calls, your tweets, whatever you want to get into. But certainly, we're going down the stretch in the NHL season, and the Penguins are high on the list of concerns by people, and rightfully so. They're just not playing very good hockey, and even when they do, they tend to blow up at the end of games or, lose leads after two periods. They lead the NHL in leads surrendered after 2, 7 losses, and when you do that, like they did on Friday night on Long Island against the Islanders, you're just not going to be able to win games. They had a 4-2 lead in that one, and they just gave it right back up. The Islanders were a desperate team because the Penguins had games in hand, still do, which means tomorrow their game is still equally as important and desperate if you're the Islanders. They made a trade to get Bo Horvat, and they're trying to put something together. Brock Nelson seems to bring out the best of himself when they play the Penguins, so we'll see if they can contain him tomorrow. But the Penguins certainly need more than what they're getting from the bottom 6. That's a concern. They haven't got much production whatsoever. We'll talk about this coming up tonight on the number one Cochrane Sports Showdown. That's on 1135 KDKA with Colin Dunlap, Jeff Athorn, and Will Graves. So that's one of the things we'll get into. I'd like to hear from you what you think the Penguins should do. Interesting to note, they had about every team represented tonight in Chicago, watching Chicago beat Toronto on a night where Patrick Kane got 3 goals and assists, a hat trick plus an assist. He's been a guy on the market that people were talking about. Now, he has a no-trade clause, so he has to prove anything, but there's a lot of speculation that something could happen there. Just about every team was there except the Penguins were not represented by the list that we saw in the press box of the scouts in attendance for that one. And, the Maple Leafs made a big trade. They got Ryan O'Reilly. You look at what the Rangers did as they got Vladimir Tarasenko, and so far the Penguins really haven't been able to do anything. And I don't know if they can do anything, especially if they're unwilling to trade their number 1 pick. Which leads to the question, what exactly are they if you commit to bringing everybody back as they did? And that includes Jeff Carter, quite frankly, which was a mistake. All due respect to his career and what he's been, and when he first came here, what he did. But if for whatever reason it's just not working, they signed him not only to this year but also next. So they got to deal with that money. It's never coming off the books because he's over 35 years of age. So that's something that has to get better in a hurry, or I'm not sure what you do there. Do you bring somebody up? John Gruden was up earlier, and they never really gave him a good opportunity to play, or you just rely on Jeff Carter being a veteran and will get it together when they need it, and they need it right now. That entire line, as a matter of fact, with Brock McGinn and Kasperi Kapanen have not been good. More money given away to Kasperi Kapanen, and they've not gotten the bang for their buck that they so desperately need at this point. So right now the Penguins are tied with the Islanders for the 1 and 2 wild cards. The Islanders still have played 4 more games than the Penguins, so they have that. And that's why tomorrow's game is important for the Islanders big time again, just as it was on Friday. The Capitals are falling apart. Ovechkin's still over in Russia. His father passed away. They've not been very good. You got to watch out for teams like Buffalo and Detroit. They're both younger, playing better, and Buffalo has 1 game in hand, I believe, on the Penguins. Detroit even, but they're just 3 points behind, and they're playing better hockey. So this is the thing. They're not going to catch the third-place Rangers, who have a 12-point lead over the Penguins. So their fate likely will be, unless something changes drastically, either a first-round matchup against Carolina or a first-round matchup against Boston. Pick your poison. 412-575-2600 is the number. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about, if you want to get into some golf, Jon Rahm's making history. He got a big paycheck again today. His earnings so far this season, and we're still in February, $9.8 million. You can thank Live Golf for that, and the purses that have increased dramatically ever since Live came into existence. But he's gone out and earned it. He has 3 wins already to start this season. He has been consistently in the top 10 every time he plays. And today he beat Max Homa in what was a mano-mano battle right there. Those two were going at it all the way to the end. And Homa got a little aggressive on 17, and it cost himself an opportunity to win that. So Rahm is a guy you got to watch out for. Also, we're going to talk about the Pirates. As you saw, Rich is down there, and he'll be providing reports all this week. What is your expectation of the Pittsburgh Pirates? What do you think would be a good season? Certainly they're not going to win a division, and if they do, it would be the story of the year. So what would you be looking for as a Pirate fan? Call us and let us know what you think at 412-575-2600. We're just getting started here. Love to hear from you, both either online or you can call us on the phone line. Again, it's the Bordas and Bordas hotline, 412-575-2600. We'll come back and open up the phone lines, take those calls next. We're right here live on Pittsburgh CW. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.